Hello and welcome to another video with me, Dr. Strangelove.
aka Peter Sellers. Actually, I'm not either of those, and I'm a poor impersonator. My name is Elmo, but you can call me this guy because my surname is a bit tricky to pronounce if you're English speaking. Today, I'm talking about delay pedals, what to look for and what to try to avoid. And yeah, I'll be right back after this intro. Okay, so welcome back. Now, what started out the idea for this video is actually the first delay pedal I reviewed. I never released that video, but I'm gonna redo this review here. And it's the Joyo Digital Delay that I'm reviewing. Delay. It's the Joyo Digital Delay. Yeah, that's the one I'm reviewing. It's a fairly cheap delay pedal, and it does funny stuff to your sound. And this is exactly the type of pedal that you should avoid if you're going to put your delay pedal in the loop. Now, I think that's where you put your delay pedal, but some people put them before the amp. Now, for me, I can't put a delay pedal before the amp because I have a Marshall Plexi type thing that overdrives slightly, so that means delay going into the amp becomes slightly weird. So I have to put it into the loop. Now, there's a bit of a risk there, and the Joyo Digital Delay is not alone with the problem that it has. The problem that it has is that every time you turn it on, it's like someone throws a blanket over your speaker. That's a big no-no. What you want from a delay pedal is that it's transparent, so it just adds delay when you turn it on. I have another pedal here as well, the TC Electronic Flashback Mini, which doesn't do that, so you'll get to compare the two different sounds. Now, like I said, this is not the only pedal that has that problem, and it's not just cheap pedals that have this problem. I forget what this one cost, but hey, I'm not going to say you should buy it, so I'm not even going to tell you the price. I didn't bother checking it up. I had the Donner Yellow Fall, that did the same thing, that was also a cheap pedal, but I also had the Carbon Copy, which is not a cheap pedal, and that also did the same thing. Now, I'll hook this up and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, apart from the two delay pedals I have, the Joyo and the TC Electronic, I also have a wah, a Dodd Yngwie Malmsteen overdrive, and I was about to say Fender, and a noise suppressor, because if I didn't have that, the Yngwie overdrive would do this. Great, yeah, you don't want that. So I have a noise suppressor. I have the Marshall 1987X that I'm running into. I have a custom mahogany Strat, and yeah, a Marshall cab with greenbacks, mic'd with an AKG C414. Okay, so this is my clean sound. No delay. Now, what the TC Electronic does is this. So it just adds a bit of delay or a lot of delay, whatever you want, and that's great. Now, what the Joyo does is this. So if I play a chord, when I turn it off, I instantly get a lot more treble going on. I get my regular sound, and it's even more apparent when you turn on the overdrive. So now I have the Joyo turned off, and I'll just play a note and turn it on and off, and you can hear the difference. You can't use a delay pedal that does that. or at least I can't. Conceivably, if you have your delay on all the time, you could just compensate for the loss of the top end, but why not just buy a proper delay pedal straight away? And if you're turning it on and off, it's a huge no-no. See, if I do the same thing now with the flashback, you can hear the difference. A bit of a lie, because at least I can't hear the difference. It does nothing to color your sound. And what you want from a delay pedal is that it's transparent. It doesn't color your sound, regardless of whether you put it before the amp or in the loop. I have tried the Joyo before the amp, but like I said, I can't use it there because of the overdrive in the amp. It makes for a really kind of sound that's pleasant. It doesn't color the sound there, but it just won't work for me. So if you have a Fender style amp that's totally clean, you could use this pedal and it should work just fine. But like I said, if you put it in the loop, it's a huge no-no, at least for me. I cannot use this thing at all. It does sound okay-ish when you play with it. I mean, the actual delays aren't bad, but the rest of the sound, no, it's not good. So yeah, be sure to try to do a bit of research before you buy a delay pedal. See if it goes in the loop or if it is something that should go before the amp. Personally, I have no idea why anyone making delay pedals would make it so that you can't put it in the loop, because a lot of people put them in the loop. I don't know. I don't know if it's amp specific. So I'm not sure if it would react the same way to another loop. If you have a parallel loop that always keeps the dry signal there, then that might conceivably work. But this loop is in serial mode, so everything passes through the pedals and goes back into the amp, so it doesn't retain any of the dry signal, which is the way I like a loop, by the way. And yeah, I don't know why anyone would make it so that you can't put it in the loop. It might cost a bit more to make them kind of the proper way, I'm not sure, but that would only explain cheap pedals. That wouldn't explain the more expensive ones, like the carbon copy. I don't know why it does that. Yeah, that's basically all I have for you today. Be sure to do your research on the delay, or in fact reverb as well, if you're planning to put it in the loop, and anything else that you're putting in the loop. Be sure that it doesn't color your sound. Yeah, so the TC Electronic Flashback does a great job, as does the Moore Ocean Machine, which I've tried, and you can put any kind of rack effect into the loop and that should be just fine. I don't know which other delay pedals are okay, because I haven't tried too many, but I'm sure there are a ton out there, and especially the high-end ones, I'm very sure that they would be quite okay in the loop. Now, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Feel free to comment. Let me know what you use, and do you put it in the loop or before the amp? And yeah, because I'm interested in knowing which pedals do what. And hey, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And feel free to support me on Patreon, because I buy the gear that I review and I give you an honest review. And yeah, the Joyo Digital Delay. No, not for me. The TC Electronic Flashback though, that's a great little delay pedal, especially because you can load different types of delays into it when you connect it to your computer. But yeah, that's all I have for you today. I'll end by playing a bit. I hope you liked it, and see you in another video. Bye bye.
Hello.